Hi everybody. It's episode, that's my sign on. Have you guys noticed that yet? I say it every time. Episode 18 of Unsolicited Advice, and I'm sitting down with the creators themselves, my mom and dad. And I am super excited to have them on and to see what they said. I prepared them in no way, shape, or form. I just brought them on. And the dog's here. Sammy's here. Watson's here. And I'm in Cleveland due to bureaucratic nonsense with my car. Say hi, Mom and Dad.
Hi.
Yeah, hello.
Those are my parents. This is cool. Okay, so let's tell everybody how. Hold on, I'm gonna help your mic out. Yeah, hold on. Yes, tell everybody how you met.
How we met you?
Yes, how you met me, Mom. Give us the backstory. Somebody go.
Your dad was my boss.
Okay,
And we
we're gonna
started
need you
dating.
to put it into the.
Hey.
So far, this is going swimmingly.
He was my boss. We knew each other for several years, and I knew
Boss where?
Funny Bone
Where?
Comedy
Where
Club
was the
in
funny
Columbus,
bone?
Ohio.
In Columbus, Ohio. That's where I'm from now.
I was a student at Ohio State, and I started working for him, as did most of my friends.
Yeah.
And 3 years in, we started dating.
Awesome. Dad, your input, sir.
It was a fun time
Is
working
it
at the
good?
Funny Bone. Lovely ladies all around me.
Yes, it was good. Yeah, Mom's friends were nice.
And I got the loveliest one.
Aw, good move. Could the TV be loud? This is going to be the most edited episode yet.
Yes, do something. We have to worry about shutting him up.
No, it's fine.
All right.
So,
Because he's an ass.
that's wonderful. You guys met in Columbus, Ohio, which is where I live now.
We love Columbus.
Good. Mom, Bucks fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't hear you. So, Dad, speak on behalf of Columbus. What was it like running the Funny Bone back in the day?
Well, back then, comedy clubs were the main vehicle for most people, most comics to get exposure. They could be on Carson, Letterman, or in clubs. So we had opportunities to work with Ellen DeGeneres and Jerry Seinfeld. And
Tell the Jerry Steinfeld story.
No, that's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. It's cool.
I'll let Mom tell that story since it was her thing. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. About 8 years, I guess.
And where was the Funny
had a
Bone?
good run.
Where was the Funny Bone located?
It was in the Continent, which is sort of not there anymore. It's kind of been taken down, but the apartments are all still there.
Yeah, and now
I lived in the apartments while I ran the club.
The Funny Bone is located off of 71, and it is it's a kind of place where you can get a motel for an hour, if you know what I'm saying.
Ew.
Yeah, you can. For any
Why do you
kind
know
of,
that?
Because it says on the big 4-hour, like $45 an hour
Ugh.
on the side of the road. It advertises it very clearly. There's not many places like that in the world anymore. Mom, tell the Jerry Seinfeld story. Jerry Seinfeld hit on my mom, and she wanted to take her out on a date.
No, he just wanted me to have dinner with him that night. I was the waitress at the club.
Right, take you out on a date for the night.
And I said no because I wanted to be with your dad.
Were you dating already?
Yes.
Very cool. Nice, Dad. That's awesome. So that's a little background story, and then you guys moved to Kansas City and St. Louis, and then you got married, and then 2 years later, pregnant with me, and then back to Cleveland because of family.
When I was pregnant with you, I wanted to be home near my family.
Right. As for like help, Grandma, Ricky.
I think it's important to be around family when you have kids.
That's a good rule. Tell me.
It is a very good rule, Jacob. You should do the same.
I will try my best. Tell me one story that I don't know about you guys from your time in Columbus, or like a cool Columbus story that like people might not know, like how the Short North used to be the red light district for hookahs and drugs.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, back when you guys lived down there, the Short North was not gentrified or nice. It was.
Oh no,
it was
scary.
It was
The Short North was a demilitarized zone between downtown and Ohio State.
Yeah.
But there
You
were some
ducked
cool.
when you went through those neighborhoods. You put your head down, and
Yeah.
Because it was very,
Or
very,
get a hooker
very,
and
very
drugs.
rough.
But there were some cool art galleries somewhere on High Street between there. I remember I went with Tim Chapman, and it was like Friday night, art gallery night or whatever. But then we immediately left. We weren't there long.
Yeah.
Well, like all of those developing areas, the artists, gay people, they go into those very difficult neighborhoods, and they're the ones that build them up.
Yeah.
Because they tough it out, and the artistic people, they recover the neighborhoods, and then they
make
get
them cool and
gentrified.
trendy and
Yeah, they get cool and trendy, but it always starts with artists. And very brave people go into those places. But
nice.
Short North's a great example of how that works.
Yeah, now it's the most expensive place to live.
Yeah.
In Columbus.
Now it's gentrified, and
It's awesome.
those there run the artists out. And
So more of that. What's another old school Columbus thing that people might not know about nowadays, or at least none of these young bucks on my listening
well,
to
the
my podcast.
Continent it was one of the first outdoor entertainment complexes in Columbus, and it had full of restaurants and apartments and
Kinda like
nightclubs
Easton.
and
Yeah.
a
was a
version of
lot.
Easton. And now it's there was a thing called the French Market, which was much like what's the market in downtown Columbus? that we
North
like?
Market. North
The
Market.
North Market,
Yeah.
but it was like that.
I forgot about that.
There was
you
an
ever-
athletic club on the property, so
If you ever bring your parents down for a day date in Columbus, like I do quite a bit, North Market's a good place to go.
That fried chicken place is really delicious.
Yeah.
we lived. I think I lived in 4 different places on the continent, 4 different apartments, but there were times you wouldn't have to leave. Everything was there. I would
Yeah, you'd forget where your car was,
Forget
right?
where
Yeah.
I parked my car.
Yeah, because you got to just party and hang out with all your homies.
Go to the gym right across the parking lot, and everything I needed was right there, except Bob Evans. We had to drive to Bob Evans at 3 in the morning.
Ma, what were campus bars that are destroyed now because everything again got? But what were the ones you were going to? There's the
Papa
microphone.
Joe's, travel agency. What's that one? We used to go and we would get a bucket of beer for an hour.
What is a bucket of beer? You mean a pitcher?
No, it was a bucket.
It was in a bucket?
It was so disgusting. Not like in hindsight,
Plastic bucket.
I would be so upset if I heard that you did this, but you got it for like $10 or $5 or something. But it was the way to get beer, and
Yeah.
we went to Papa Joe's was a
Every
big
time
one.
you do that, it just sounds awful. audible,
Sorry,
so don't.
so sorry.
But I know you're nervous, but you're doing great.
I'm really nervous. I don't like
Why?
Because I
There's-
don't like to be.
You are 2 of my 5 listeners. I would not be that nervous about this whole thing.
So we don't have to listen to this one. That's
No,
cool.
you really don't. That's cool. So, what else? Tell me a funny story about me that I maybe don't remember or know about, or something embarrassing that you'd like to embarrass me on publicly. I'm doing this whole open book thing in this 30 days, as you guys have pointed out.
Yeah, I'm not going to do
several
that
times.
because I'm your mom, and
It's my story. If I had a girl here, you'd do it.
no, I wouldn't, and I have never done that. So
Ever been embarrassing?
I have tried my hardest not to be that mom that would embarrass her son.
You've done a good job.
Thank you. I try hard.
Okay, then tell a funny story. Tell a classic Jacob story. Don't get all
Well,
defensive.
classic Jacob story is today.
There's a rule about improv and like this kind of stuff. You just say yes. Just say yes.
Okay, so today I'm waiting for you because we have to get your car registered because it expired on January 6th and today is January 18th, I believe. And I'm waiting for you and knowing that the lines could be really long and we have to get an e-check. And then you come home and you tell me that you want to eat and that you stopped at Borders and you stopped at Trader Joe's to get me flowers. So how can I possibly be mad at you? But that is very classic Jacob Zobrist. Like, I'm thinking you should be there at 1:30 and you show up at like 3 o'clock because you
I had
just
to stop at Borders. Then.
you stopped at
I got a book.
Borders and you got me flowers and then you needed some lunch and you wanted to talk and I wanted
to catch up. I hadn't seen you since Christmas.
we talk 2 times a day and I
We
love
do.
that. And I
I
wanted
love
to
my
get
mom.
your
I'm a big mama's boy.
you are a mama's boy and I love every minute of it. But I wanted to get your
No more clapping.
I wanted to get your tags on your car.
I
But we did.
appreciate
And we did it quickly.
Yeah, we
And
did
then-
it in
and-
under an hour.
And then what happened?
We went and got ice cream.
No. When you
Oh, so we tried to put the tag on without cleaning the license plate, and like it just didn't stick. So we brought it back in. So hopefully they'd print us up a new one. And in the time that I had to wait, I got to ADD and Fiddly and
He shredded it.
I crumbled up the sticker. And the girl goes, she's like, "Do you have the old sticker?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got a little fidgety." And she goes, "Oh no, you have to undo it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll try my best."
So what could have been 45 minutes ended up being an hour and a half because
I had to fiddle.
you fiddled.
Yeah.
That's a classic Jacob story. That is all of our stories.
Okay.
A lot of them.
Dad, do you have a better one? Do you have one that does it? That does a little, just a better one. Not to say that wasn't good.
I think a lot about
It was
you two
classic
didn't like
today.
each other very much when you were in high school. And
Yeah, we
now
did.
you're best buddies, but you didn't like
I
each
still
other.
can hear you. The microphone's right here. Come on, guys.
You didn't.
Come on. It's right there. Come on. What do you think? The mic's over there?
You didn't like each other very much when you were in high school.
No, we did not. No, we did not. We
But now
fought
you,
constantly.
I
seem
loved
to get
him, but-
along very well.
You were challenged.
Comeback story.
High five, babe.
Yeah. Good.
One of the stories I like is when you were very little and you caught the catfish at your grandfather's house. And
Sure.
remember that?
Yeah, I do.
So how old were you? Do you remember?
Probably like
3?
6 or 7.
3.
3? 3 I was.
And your grandfather took you down to the lake in South Carolina and you caught your first catfish. And he brought it up to the house and it was just getting dark.
It was big.
It was pretty big for you. You thought it was big.
It was huge.
But then your grandfather took it and took a hammer and a nail and nailed it to a pine tree.
Yeah.
Right through the head.
So disgusting.
Right in front of
And
me,
I think
too.
most kids would have probably panicked, but you thought it was the coolest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, it was manly shit.
And then he cut the skin
I can
off,
swear.
peeled it off, and then put it in the kitchen. And then when you woke up in the morning, he cooked it for breakfast for you the next morning. And
That's pretty
it
cool.
was like a ritualistic thing.
Yeah, it was neat.
And ever since then, you liked dead animals and brains. And,
Yeah, I did. I had a weird
Yeah.
biology.
and that goes into another story where you went to the
West Side
went
Market.
to the West Side Market with your auntie, Tata, and you came home with cow brains.
Yeah, and tongue.
Played with those for
And it was like 1,000
till they
degrees that
kind
day.
of till they smelled bad. And
Yeah.
then,
That was fun too.
That was
and then
fun.
I once had a shark in a jar.
I
had a
don't
shark.
remember
I had a
that.
shark in formaldehyde. Aunt Lori or Aunt.
it was Aunt Lori.
I think it was Aunt Lori.
Yeah, the shark and the formaldehyde lasted a while. It might still be downstairs.
That's pretty cool. A shark in formaldehyde is like
It's pretty cool.
an Austin.
I don't remember that. Not even 1 minute
It was
of
a very small very small decoration to have on like a counter. Me and Drew both got one.
that. Oh, okay.
Right on. Those are good stories. I like those ones.
You didn't like my story about today?
Well, I think all the people here know all that stuff that I'm kind of, I don't know. What else is awesome? I love you guys. I'll just talk about you guys since you're having a hard time talking. I think that I won the parent lottery. I've already told the story of how I dropped, how you guys encouraged me to drop out. Ooh, that's good. Tell me what was going through your mind when you told me to drop out of college. This is a big thing. And when he, because I'm going to paint a little backstory. Dad called me. And not to say that this triangle of communication hasn't always been rock solid, but I was like, "Did you ask Mom if that's okay? Is this Mom's decision too, or are you just telling me to drop out?" And he said, "No, Mom's on board." So collectively, you guys must have had a conversation. What was that conversation like? I've never asked that before. I really don't know. I've never asked you.
Jacob, it's very telltale when you are enthused about something, you're successful, you're energetic, you're kind of a light in a room. But when you don't like something, it's like watching somebody walk off a plank. And college was like watching you walk off a plank. And we just didn't want to see you do that. It just wasn't for you. You weren't engaged. You weren't happy. You were doing it just to please us. And, we don't like to waste money, and we didn't like to see you like that. So it was just time. And then we just figured if you wanted to be in school, you would figure it out and you'd go back.
Interesting.
We would help you.
Yeah.
And I never believed that college degree makes you successful. I don't make the connection.
Okay.
I know I read a lot about a lot of very successful people that dropped out of college. It doesn't
See, that's
Doesn't
belief.
mean a thing.
That's one of the reasons I won the lottery. They believe, which is amazing.
I think your life will be harder because you don't have a college degree. And I told you that at that time. But
Right.
you were okay with that.
I
But,
disagree.
Whatever. We'll see.
We will see. And I like that throughout all of this, 22, 24, 20, almost 25 years.
Yes, you're almost 25.
I'm almost 25, which almost makes it not cute to be a college dropout anymore, too.
No,
if
no,
if
not at
something
all.
doesn't really start
Wasn't
happening.
really-
Now you don't even have to bring it up.
It wasn't even.
just
It
doesn't
wasn't
matter.
really cute
Yeah,
then.
people don't even think about it.
It
And
doesn't
it was kind of cute. It's a little romantic in some circles.
What circles are those?
The circles that I run in where everybody encourages everybody to do the things they do. We're millennials. Do whatever you want. Be whatever you want. Be an astronaut. Chandler probably got told he could be an astronaut. You
You
understand
gotta
that?
be a college graduate to be an astronaut.
This is true.
That's a fact.
But if you don't want to be an astronaut,
Don't have to be a college graduate to be successful.
or just
Proven
I
fact.
agree. I agree
Proven
with
fact.
that.
There's
but you
enough-
might have to try harder.
You have to try harder, and you have to be
no,
more.
You don't.
It doesn't. Okay, you guys are
There's plenty of
on-
people drifting
on
around
radio.
with underwater basket weaving degrees.
on radio. Watching you guys do your little back and forth is semi cute. So let's keep it positive, because I'm only doing this once. Because it's 8 o'clock at night. We're only doing one take, and we're already 17 minutes in. So let's keep it. Let's keep it like light and crispy. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it fresh,
Like a Krispy Kreme.
like a Krispy Kreme. Oh God. This is longer than I thought it'd be. I thought this was gonna be easy. I should have had you on
Careful what you
individually.
wish for.
I know,
You
right?
asked us.
I forced you guys in here.
I
Literally.
said, please let me stay in the other room.
Dad, isn't it nice hearing your voice on the thing? Isn't it cool?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
I like it.
Where to go from here? Because you guys don't. You got.
Tell us a cool story about you that we don't know.
That's a good. Thanks, Dad.
That's nice.
That was very good. Not inappropriate, right? I usually do share a lot of wins with you guys or losses. We talk quite a bit, which is great. Being able to talk to you guys every day or almost every day is pretty amazing. I told Mom the other day that if I did go back, I'd probably go back for journalism, which would be cool. Learn how to write a little bit better and everything, right? Or a lot better. And what's a story that you don't know? It's like
You could
not
tell us.
crazy.
We
I want it
can't.
to be semi-crazy,
We can't ground you anymore, so it's okay.
right? What's a really funny story that involves me and some of the gang that you guys might not know about? That is like really teetering the lines. The first night I jumped off the falls here in Chagrin. You guys knew I did that, but you didn't know when I snuck out to do that, did you?
I did not. Did you?
No.
No, I know Jack showed him where to jump, right? Did Jack show you or did Jack show Drew?
Jack showed Drew, Chandler. We did it with the older kids.
Chandler already knew.
Oh,
So-
you did it when you were young.
I did it when I was a sophomore.
Yeah.
The whole, like, Spencer, Diedrich, Pete, Cam, Chandler, Kristen Ostergaard, Tori Hughes, Eric Seagot, and Chandler were all in the driveway and all in Chandler's car. And we hopped in Chandler's car and we pushed it. He pulled in on, like, neutral, slid in all the way.
That
Then we
terrible
pushed
Jeep.
that terrible Jeep, and then we pushed it out of the driveway, went and jumped the falls, stayed out till like I think 4 or 5 in the morning, and then came back. And I woke up 2 hours later and went to school. That was a pretty good one.
awesome.
Another time, thanks.
People probably don't understand about jumping off the falls.
In the Chagrin Falls, which is where we are right now, there's large waterfall. I'd say it's probably like 16 feet high, 18 feet high. It's pretty big. It's right in the middle of town. And it used to be a lot more or less frowned upon than it is now. I don't even know if kids do it anymore. Yeah, you just get to the top.
No, not that young. This young batch of pansies in Chagrin Falls, they're not going to jump
They're not
off
going to
the
do it.
falls.
I think they still do.
I don't know. I haven't seen anybody
You
do
were
it
the
in a long
last
time.
generation of tough guys.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. See, this is why I wanted. That's more of the stuff I need. Is more of the
Yeah,
encouragement.
but I think Drew did it.
I don't think so.
Jack showed Drew and TJ how to go, and Charlie.
Do they all do it? Oh, that's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we all pulled into the driveway and then left. I'll tell one of my favorite stories about this that we both were all there for. Spencer Dietrich had a kid at my high school, had big parties. He was on the football team. We went to states. We didn't win, but either way, there was going to be a party at his house at the end of the night. And sure enough, there was. And I'm drinking a Natty Light, having a blast. And, I kind of do that thing where you drink too much and don't remember a lot. And I remember waking up at home, sitting in the chair in the living room. I used to wear Wolverine. I used to wear Wolverine boots because I don't know why. And
Do you mean Timberland?
no, I didn't buy Timberlands. I bought Wolverines.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like from shin to foot soaking wet, and I'm sitting in the chair, and I'm still in my winter coat, and I wake up to you two looking at me, and you kick me to wake me up, and I snap my head up, and I'm like, oh, and you guys are staring at me like, what the fuck? And my eye has a big cut under it, and I kind of don't remember why. And you guys are like, what happened to your eye? Go upstairs. You're like, you're grounded. And I'm like, shoot. And
Weren't we concerned about your eye?
Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't like bleeding. It didn't look that bad. But I was worried about it because I didn't really remember what happened. Like, did I, punch somebody, or did somebody punch me, or what happened? So I go upstairs and I start like, texting people like, what happened to my eye? They're like, what, does anybody know? And they're like, yeah, you ran down the stairs really fast, and while you were running down the stairs really fast, you kind of tripped and hit yourself in the eye with your beer. And
We are not a smooth bunch.
no, and I just always remember like you guys like kicking me and me looking up, and you guys
I
being
don't remember
there.
us kicking you.
Well, you nudged me awake. How about that?
Yeah, like we didn't kick you.
Because
like,
I was fully dressed in winter gear, and again like wet, because I just got home and passed out on the chair, sleeping like head neck down. So that's one of my favorite stories about getting in trouble. Yeah, this is less fun than I thought it'd be. I'm wrapping it. I love you, Mom. That laugh though, jeez, I'm crow.
what is wrong? I'm just laughing.
I know, it's great. It just is audibly. It just cuts through just paper. Love you guys. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We filled up the space, right?
Yeah, you filled out the space quite nicely.
Love you too, honey.
All right. Yeah, that's that was a little. I should have prepared them better than I did. That's my fault. All right. See you guys tomorrow.
I'm not always right. I'm only trying to be nice with my unsolicited advice. Unsolicited advice.